Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we will be checking out Patterned Pro, which is a new website for seamless patterns, whether it's sharing and acting as a portfolio or being licensed. It is a brand new platform. The licensing, if I am correct, launched today. So I figured that since I have dabbled a little bit in the software, I would do this tutorial to show you guys how to upload your designs. Pattern works on either invite codes or you have to request and send your portfolio for them to review. If you are approved, you will get a code to be an artist to open your shop on the platform. You get a space where you can add the pattern of your choice and the scale of your choice, your pictures, and important information about you and your business. I have not uploaded a ton so far, but I do have this pattern here, which is a color snowflake in four different colorways. And I have this one ready for licensing. So I wrote a document with step by step. While I have not uploaded a ton so far, I think with those patterns I uploaded, I have covered most of what is needed to do a listing. I would say, frankly, that it is quite easy to do. It's very straightforward. The steps are pretty easy to follow, and Pattern does really guide you every step of the way. It's been a really good experience in terms of how smoothly it's running. So, without further ado, let's get to it. To get started, you are going to need to press the upload button. I'm going to move my face a tiny bit just so you can see it, and it is right on the right side of my face right now. So you are going to click on that upload button. Now you will have to either upload by selecting files or dragging and dropping. It is a unique pattern. If you have variations, at that point you will upload each variation and you will need separate files for them. This is a simple autumn plaid, so you give the pattern a title, a short description, and tags. So I am going to just drag and drop the pattern I want to upload from my computer to this section over here. You just choose something that is optimized and that people can find. You also have the pattern scale, where you can scale it up or down depending on how you want to appear across the website. I generally like the number one. I do like to change it with a pattern that has variations just to show how it will look in regular versus smaller scale. So for here, I do think it is fine this way. Next, we have how does the pattern repeat? You have the choice of basic, half drop, and half brick. All my patterns, even though some are half drop, I arrange them in a way that makes the original square image the half drop repeat. So personally, I always use the basic. Next, you have the page background color. If you want a specific color that fits with your design for this specific designs page, that's where you can choose it. They are like some pastel colors. Personally, I do really like white. Not only do I feel like colors pop more this way, but I think it gives like a consistent look all over your artist page. Then you have the pattern visibility, which is everywhere or only in my vaulting collections. If you want your pattern to be seen, choose everywhere. But if you want to keep it for yourself only in collections, you have the right to do so as well. Make sure that your artwork does not contain AI elements. You have to check this box saying this artwork adheres to our TOS and no AI has been used in the creation of it. Something that's really cool about Pattern is that they are supporting artists that do the artwork themselves and do not generate from artificial intelligence. So this is a really nice detail too, which you know that the people who drew what you're purchasing licensing are from actual humans. So that's a detail I really like. All right, so I have entered the title and short description I want for this pattern. I don't really know exactly what would be the most optimized titles at this time since licensing just opened. So I went with Cozy Autumn Fall Plaid Hand Drawn Seamless Pattern. For the description, it is optional, but I do think it adds a little bit of coziness to the whole representation of the pattern. So I wrote, bring seasonal charm to your project with this hand-drawn seamless pattern featuring a cozy plaid with the colors. I went for very basic tags with fall, autumn, and plaid because so far I did not explore the research a ton. So I do definitely have to dive deeper into this. If you would like me to dive deeper into those topics next, please leave a comment. I would love to know the kind of information you would be looking for. Now I am happy with everything, so I'm going to press upload. So now you have this path page with your pattern, with your description, and you also have like recommended patterns from other artists. So the first part is done, but now we have to get into the licensing section. So let's jump right in. I'm going to need to move my face again. You're going to go to your profile picture, which we can barely see here, but clicking on it, you will get a menu and you will go to licensing. You're going to go to licensed pattern. And now I'm just going to press on the downwards arrow to develop. When you create your own seller/artist account, you're going to have to choose basic licensing terms and pricing. In this case, I just basically use the price they suggest, and then I also have edited some of them. Don't worry if you have specific pricing changes, or if, for example, you cannot offer an exclusive license because you have licensed it before. That's not a problem. I will show you how to get that fixed later on. For personal licenses, they accept PNG or JPEG. Make sure that your files are high quality. Personally, I always work in 300 dpi in Procreate. That's definitely good. You just want to have the final greatest quality file that you can have in there. So what you're going to do is to press upload right here, and you will choose a colorway. If you have multiple, you will need to select each one individually. So in this case, since I only have one colorway, I will just drag and drop my autumn plaid here. Now you can just click out of it, and you see that the personal license has become green, which means you have inputted the files that it needs. For commercial and exclusive licenses, you absolutely have to provide pattern with a PSD or a AI file. In that case, I personally use Photoshop, so I just go for Photoshop. You can press upload files and you can drag it down here. If you have multiple colorways in your pattern, you need to have all colorways available in your PSD as different layers. That will be way easier for clients who license your work to have access to everything, and it's way less of a hassle than having 8 different files. I personally am quite happy this is how it works because sometimes colorways can be a bit tricky to license. So, yeah, we're going to click out of it. Now all of your sections are green, whether it's a commercial, exclusive, or personal license. At this point, you will have this button here that says unpublished with a rocket on the side. The little rocket will be your publishing license pattern. If you have to make any edits to your design after pressing that rocket, you have to unpublish it before you do any edits. It's a safer way to make the edits without having conflict with a customer trying to license at the same time. Now, I told you you can adjust your preferred licensing terms. And if you want to customize them for every pattern, you're going to press here on default or custom, whatever is there. So you're going to click on default. To start with, they will consider that you will have the default licensing preferences. If you want to edit it, you have to toggle this off. Here, you can change the prices for each of the terms and types of licensing. And you can also require approval when a pattern is ready to be licensed. Personally, I think I have these activated for exclusive licensing only. Here you have the different ones. Yeah, exactly. The exclusives, I say I need to require approval. You can check or uncheck the following box to allow or not allow custom requests and alteration to the design. If you check this, customers who want to license your pattern can start a conversation with you to discuss different alterations. Now you have this other box which has sold exclusively on patterned. Basically, if your pattern is only available for license on this website and not for sale anywhere, you can keep that checked. It does add a special little line that says exclusive to pattern. It's cute, it's fun. In my case, this is a pattern that I already have sold before. So I'm going to check this one off. And once the settings are up to what you want it to be, you can press save. And now you have this custom here. Everything seems in order, so you're going to be able to press that rocket and make it published. I do like to go and click on the title to see how everything looks. You have the same display as before, but now you have this little license this pattern button on the right. I'm going to move my face so you can see. But yeah, this license this pattern means that someone can come along and decide to purchase this from you. All right, so that is it. Listing on Patterned is honestly very smooth and easy. And as you can see, you can get a pattern ready in just a couple of minutes. This platform is quite new, so I do not know what to expect in terms of conversion and clients, but I am very excited about having a platform actually do pattern licensing for us. This gives you full control over what happens with your patterns, and I think it's really a great way to get things going for licensing. That will be all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it helps you get started with Patterned. This video, by the way, is not sponsored. I just really like the platform so far, and I know that it's new, so I have not found other tutorials. You can subscribe to the channel by using the little button under this video. If you're interested in licensing some of my patterns for either personal or commercial crafts, I will drop the link to my pattern below. All right, so that'll be all for today. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will catch you in the next one.